Europe was in the midst of a war. The literary avant-garde joined the pacifist movement. Lawrence, a conscientious objector and with a German wife, was forced to leave Cornwall. Murray was conscripted but turned down on medical grounds. He later took a job in the War Office. From the edge of the empire, the strongest and the finest of the young men were being mobilized to support Britain's cause. Katherine's only brother, Leslie Beauchamp, and the favourite of her childhood, was amongst them. Leslie spent his last leave with Katherine and Murray at their London house. His visit unleashed a flood of memories about her childhood. She began writing The Aloe, which she intended to be the first chapter of a novel about New Zealand. It was to be called Karori, after her childhood home. They would spend the long summer evenings before Leslie left for France, reminiscing.
They are walking up and down the garden in Acacia Road. From the old fruit tree at the bottom of the garden, there falls a little round pear, hard as a stone. Did you hear that, Katie? Do you remember the enormous number of pears there used to be on that old tree? Down by the violet bed. And how often, after they'd been a southerly buster, we used to go out with clothes baskets to pick them up. And how while we stooped, they went on bouncing on our backs and on our heads. And how far they used to be scattered. Under the violet leaves, down the steps, right down to the lily lawn. He put his arm around her. We shall go back there one day when it's all over.
Neither of them would go back. Leslie was killed a month later. Katherine's last letter to him was written in haste on a piece of Selfridge's department store notepaper. Dear Bogey, this is not a letter, only my arms around you for a quick minute. Last words he spoke just before he died were for her. Lift my head, Katie. I can't breathe. Katherine was devastated by her brother's death. But his visit had put her in touch with her childhood again. And with his death, there came an acceptance of the family and country she'd rejected 7 years before.
I want to write about my own country till I simply exhaust my store. Not only because it is a sacred debt that I pay to my country, because my brother and I were born there, but also because in my thoughts, I range with him over all the remembered places. I long to renew them in writing. Ah. The people we loved there. Of them, too, I want to write. Oh, I want for one moment to make our undiscovered country leap into the eyes of the old world. But all must be told with a sense of mystery, a radiance, an afterglow.
Grieving for her brother, she reworked The Aloe, calling the new story Prelude. It was published by Virginia and Leonard Woolf at the Hogarth Press. It was her first great work.